I transformed the overworld into the nether in my Minecraft hardcore world, building every nether biome and giving the portal a well-needed upgrade. To make this thing actually look great, we've got to start at step 1, which is to collect all the materials from the nether, which I'm going to cover this mountain with, which is pretty much just netherrack and soul sand. But since the nether update blessed us, we now have nicer looking biomes like the warped forest and the crimson forest. We're not just stuck with lava everywhere. And I guess I'll build one of those super annoying basalt deltas biomes too. I would really like to know who came up with that name. These pickaxes have definitely seen better days, and I've filled all 9 of these shulker boxes. So now it's time to begin phase 1. I'm going to completely cover this mountain with netherrack, and maybe even disconnect these sides here so it's one big island. This should be enough blocks, at least I hope so. And it seems like this is going to be really easy. But I do have a feeling like with everything I do in this world, it's going to take much longer than anticipated. Time to find out. This is just over 1 full shulker box of netherrack placed down. It looks like I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I can't go anywhere without these guys following me, can I? That's 3 shulker boxes of netherrack placed down, and I've got 4 more before I run out and have to go get more. It's getting super boring and repetitive placing down this much netherrack, but my motivation remains strong because I know that the end result is going to look absolutely insane. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Now these are the final blocks I'm going to place down, which means I need to go back through that portal to get a bunch more. The mountain is roughly 25% covered, and that was after using 6 shulker boxes of netherrack, so I feel like 9 will probably be more than enough to cover the rest. And there's not much else to do apart from mine for the next few hours, but I actually just had an insane idea. Instead of mining at Y level 63 for a load of netherrack, why don't I mine at Y 15? Because then I have the chance of getting netherite. I mean, I don't really need netherite, but a little more never hurt nobody. And instead of using that ancient debris for myself, I can use it to detail the inside of the mountain. Just like that, I found 2 pieces already. You love to see it. And the nice thing is, I don't even need to feel the pressure of finding ancient debris because I'm out for 9 shulkers full of netherrack, which means if I do find any, it's purely just a bonus. I got a solid amount of ancient debris considering it was only a short trip for some netherrack, and I found an empty shulker in my ender chest which I filled, and I've now got 10 full shulker boxes full of netherrack, which surely has to be enough, right? I mean, with 10 shulker boxes full of netherrack and these 3 here full of other stuff, it should definitely be more than enough. Alright, so 10 shulkers proved to be enough. I've still got about 8 stacks left. Next up, I need to add something more than netherrack. Got enough to make some warped and crimson forests. I also got a ton of soul sand and soul soil. And I can also add in some gold ore and some quartz too. I'm going to start with some warped mycelium and literally just place it everywhere. It sounds really weird when you place it. It's like dirt with like a hint of something else. But I gotta be honest, I really like this color. I wonder why. I'm starting to realize it was probably pointless placing all this netherrack down because I'm gonna put this on top of it anyway. Whilst placing this down, I should probably add some warped fungus so the trees grow organically, if they actually do. And I guess warped roots are like the equivalent of the grass. I've run out already, and that's all that I've done. I want to make this quite a large area, so time to go back to this place. Oh, I may as well empty it and just fill up a full shulker box so I don't have to come back. Even then, it probably won't be enough still. I've completely desolated this biome, and if it wasn't for the trees, you'd have no idea this used to be a warp forest. All right, mate, it seems you've got something that I want. And you, buddy. Thank you. Now I've filled up 2 shulkers worth of warped mycelium. I may as well find a crimson forest because 10 stacks of that evidently isn't enough. And it's just long coming in and out of the nether all the time. Once I found the crimson forest, I did exactly the same as I did in the warped forest. All right, so it's time to get to work on expanding these biomes. And they're usually right next to each other. So I need to make them big enough to cover a good section of this mountain. Then I'll leave other biomes like the basalt deltas and soul sand valleys for the inside, which is going to look insane. Well, it does in my head at least. Now I'll place down some crimson nylium, and it just hit me that it's nylium, not mycelium. The comments on this video are going to be fun. And these saplings don't grow organically because this isn't the nether, so I'm going to bone meal them to make trees. Then on the third or just third section, I'm going to adding quartz and gold blocks to make it look better and more like a never waste biome. A very rich looking never waste biome, that's for sure. And this is how it's ended up looking so far. These biomes usually have a lot of trees, not that big, but I think I need to plant a few more. And after about an hour's worth of work, this is where it's at. Next up, I want to mine a big entrance in the center and hollow a lot of this mountain out, which means I guess you could say with the exterior done, we're officially on to phase number 2, which is the interior. Now there's quite a few things left on the list of what I want to do, so I'll quickly run through them whilst I mine all of this out. Inside the mountain, there'll be a huge drop where there's a lava lake below. To get across to the new portal, I'm going to build a hanging bridge, and then to decorate the inside, I want to have a basalt valleys biome and a basalt deltas. I've definitely 100% underestimated the size of this task. That would have been done a lot faster if I used a beacon, but I decided to do it the hard way, like usual. For some reason, I don't think this is big enough. Like, it has potential, but I want it to blow your socks off. Not literally. No one wants cold feet. So let's make this entrance a bit bigger. That should be good enough for the entrance. Now here comes the difficult part. Using enough TNT to make an awesome looking cave, but also not blowing up what I've just spent hours and hours doing. So let's see what I can do. Honestly, it's probably going to be quicker if I just get a beacon, like I should have done in the first place. But before I go to the Wither Skeleton Farm to get another one, let's see what this will do. Nice. Ten beacons might be a bit too much, but before I place any down, I've got a little bit more TNT that I'm going to use and try and blow all this up. Decent damage, but to be honest, I think my own mining skills with a beacon would definitely clear this out faster. And you might be thinking this is a lot to mine out, but having haste 2 will definitely help. Yeah, I never built these beacons right first time. What is this? Alright, all done. And all of that for just one beacon. So the other 9 were pretty pointless. Anyway, now I can start working on caving out the cave, because that just did make sense. I can start carving out the cave to make it look a bit more natural, so it's not just 3 flat walls. Now it's time to get rid of the floor. What planet was I on when I thought that mining this by hand would be quicker than just blowing it all up with TNT? Please let me know. It definitely wasn't this planet, but I'm going to see how much I can get done with 4 pickaxes. That is a decently large section of the floor mined down. And whilst mining that, I kept getting flashbacks of mining this thing all the way down to bedrock. That was stupid. So to prevent boredom, I checked the chest underneath the creeper farms, grabbed some sand, and crafted as much TNT as possible. Yeah, I caved in. Now I have 9 stacks of TNT and a dream. The dream being that this place is removed a lot quicker than I ever could have by hand. Definitely not going to need all of this. But first things first, I should probably get rid of the beacon like that. And now it's time to have some fun with all of this. I wonder what would happen if I loaded this whole little cave with TNT. All right, that's 3 stacks placed down in there. And that's probably enough to destroy my PC. Holy. All right, that's good though. I like that. And my PC didn't die, so it's time to use the rest of what I crafted. And this cave is next. Right, this seems to have done a solid amount of demolition, and I'm kind of happy with the way it all looks, apart from the fact there's a massive mosh pit full of mobs right now. I reckon a few altercations by hand to bring this down a little bit, and it'll be all good. It's time to bring back the beacon, and I'm pretty sure that these are really rare now. Are you guys mad yet? That's not even funny, I don't know. I've done a bit more mining and a lot of this space is cleared out now. So that means I've got to cover roughly the top 75% of this cave with netherrack. Not as if I haven't done any of that already. And we all know how long that took. So Yeah, I really wish it was that quick to cover all this in netherrack, when in reality I had to place all of this by hand, and I didn't actually have enough netherrack, so I had to go back to the nether to go get more than once. But this is how it looks now, and after probably 2 solid days of trying to get it all done, it looks kind of awesome. So to complete the interior of the mountain, next up I'm building a Soul Valleys biome and also a Basalt Deltas one too. When collecting the netherrack earlier in the video, I picked up what should be more than enough soul sand and soul soil. I really don't know the difference, so I guess I'll just start by filling in the area with a mixture of the two. It sounds like my soul's been taken out every time I place a block. What is this? Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. I'm going to try some soul soil next. And you don't actually slow down when you're on it. Now, according to Google, soul soil has a bit more internal structure, making it easier to walk across. You won't slow down when you're on top of it, and it also doesn't create boring. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's that then. Now I can add some bone blocks in funny shapes like these. And I'm pretty sure if I use flint and steel to get the ground on fire, it will turn blue. Ooh, yeah, just like that. And that has to be the easiest biome out there to build. I now find myself back in the nether looking for a Basalt Deltas biome because I need the blocks for it. Otherwise, how else would I build it? I say the most obvious things sometimes. Looks like I might have struck gold over here. Yeah, there's plenty of basalt over here and black stone and stuff. I should be good. I could also do with collecting as much lava as I can. And after looking at this huge lava lake, I'm going to need a lot more than just 17 buckets. I turned my sights to a bastion remnant, and as I was permanently borrowing their blocks of the structure, I got pretty lucky. I'll happily accept a notch apple, but it's pretty pointless if I'm about to die, so it's time to get out of here. Okay, they all know I'm here now. It's time to leave. But before returning to the overworld, I need to collect enough nether bricks from this fortress, and hopefully I can do this without being disturbed by blazes, wither skeletons, and every other mob under the sun. Feels like I've been mining forever, so this will have to do. And now I'm back in the overworld. I first want to place down lava from the roof of the cave. That looks pretty nice, and I think I'll add one more on the side of the mountain. Here's a spoiler of how nice this is going to look with shaders on, but this is nothing compared to the end product. I thought the lava looked so great, I wanted to add some on the inside until a creeper disrupted my plans, but I fixed up the hole it made and placed lava on the inside, letting it flow all the way to the bottom, so that it would eventually look like this. Once again, I'm out of lava, and I don't have to go back and forth to keep getting more, but I do have to go one more time because I genuinely do have no lava at all, and this is hopefully the last time I have to do this. So let's start this thing off and see how many we get.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not gone to plan, has it? A creeper just had to attack me from behind, didn't it? Nice. But after roughly 10 minutes, this is how much I got, which should cover enough for the biome I'm trying to build. But for phase 3, absolutely no chance. So I'm thinking around here we build some sort of like mountain hill looking things, like a small pathway through here. Fill this part of the lava in, and then put some of these blocks in the gaps like so. Add in some blackstone. Make these areas taller. Whack in some magma blocks around the edges to blend with the lava. Try not to burn myself. Use a ton more basalt. And pretty much just repeat the same process. And finally add some more lava in to make it a bit more intimidating. I can't lie, it feels kind of weird using all this lava whilst it's raining. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Now, finally, before I finish all the lava in this little lake here, which has already taken me way too long and will continue to take me a long time, I want to build a basalt pillar all the way to the roof because they're pretty much everywhere in the nether, I think. I feel like it's a little bit too close to that lava stream coming for the roof. Will you guys shut up? So, I should probably move it. Yeah, I am a lot happier with that compared to where it was before. Might be slightly too big, but you know what? It's staying the way it is. Now, the very last thing for phase 2 to be completely complete, I need to learn to get better at talking. But the very last thing for this to be 100% complete is to add glowstone to the roof. And just like in the Nether, I'm pretty sure it's just sporadically placed like a massive clump. And then if I replace some of the netherrack with quartz and gold blocks, that is the inside of the mountain complete with the Basalt Deltas biome, the Soul Valleys biome, and a pretty decent transformation overall. But now that's done, we can move on to phase 3, and this one's a pretty big one.
That's what she said.
So I'm going to need a decent amount of glass and orange dye. Maybe more than just the one. Then get some more flowers from this farm, which is extremely loud. All right, this farm is absolutely insane. Look at all of this stuff on the floor and look at my invent. I've got so many wheat seeds, so many yellow flowers and red ones, which is perfect because red and yellow makes orange. Let's get to building. But first we'll get some orange glass. I'm not sure how to exactly curve this around. Let's just give it a go. I thought that was going to end up much worse, but I don't hate it. I'll get rid of this little like mountain thing here though, and that way I can carry on going through here. Now I've put the glass away to come and grab some dirt, because although this may upset you, I am just going to fill in the layer below the water, because if I had to drain all of this out and fill the whole thing down there with lava, I might go a little bit insane. Whilst placing all of this dirt, I had to take care of a few enemies that were trying to interrupt me. And in the process, I got one of these. I think getting a trident as a drop is pretty rare anyway, but to get all these enchantments too, goddamn. Almost certain I left my sponges, inside one of the shulker boxes. Now I need to section this off so that the sponges actually work. Because if I just place one here, it all floods straight back in. Invisible blocks. Hello? Finally, the water has been cleared. Now I just need to take care of these imposters. Now, this next part would have taken me a lot longer to figure out what was the best way of filling all of this with lava. But luckily for me, my friend Ezy made a lava pool in his hardcore world, and he found that using dirt lines with a gap in between, placing lava on each side, was the best method. So, cheers, bro. It's starting to dawn on me now just how many lava buckets I'm going to have to use, and that lava farm is not going to be enough. So all that talk about not having to go back through the Nether Portal again, well, it was pretty pointless, wasn't it? Now, ideally, I want to fill about 3 shulkers full of empty buckets to make them lava buckets, obviously, to get as much done at once as possible, because this is going to take hours, believe me. Instead, I'm going to add another 3 just to get even more done. This is how the shulkers all look before, and this is how they'll look after once I've filled them with lava. Let's see how much we can get done with what we just collected. And that is 6 shulker boxes of lava placed down. Gonna be doing this for a long time. After what feels like hours worth of placing lava and then going to get more lava and then placing lava and then going, you get the point. I'm about 50% of the way through placing all the lava. I wish there was some way someone could help me, but the only way I can see fitting is if you hit that subscribe button. Do it. This is painful. Please subscribe. I need those because if I don't have lava buckets, how else am I going to torture you guys for hours making you watch me place all this down? Should we just skip to the good part? Yeah, right. You guys thought I was just going to skip ahead with the edit and save you guys time. And yeah, this is way too boring for you guys to watch, which includes time lapses too. Wait. I was going to do a really cool transition to show off what I've done so far. Now I've completed. And then I see this. What is going on? Nice try, buddy. I'm putting off the grand reveal because it doesn't quite look ready yet. I promise I will show you guys. But I first needed a ton more netherrack, and you'll soon see why. Because I need to fill in the sides of this lava lake. Otherwise, it will just look super weird. And the last thing I want to do is mine out a chunk of this wall. Why? Well, this is pretty much the Nether now. So the last thing I need is the portal. So we're going to... I forgot I don't have a beacon. This is going to take longer than I expected, like everything else. Now I've got to cover the back wall and the exposed stone with netherrack, otherwise it will just look like the overworld. And using all of the nether brick that I collected earlier, I'm going to try and build a nether fortress platform, walkway. I don't really know what they're called, but I'm going to try and build one anyway. Turns out collecting all of these nether bricks was completely pointless because I don't need them. But what I do need is obsidian, and I've only got 11. Now let's turn this thing into a portal. And then now with one of these. And there you have it. I transformed the overworld into the nether. Well, part of it anyway. And if you enjoyed this video, you should watch this one on screen next.